everyone. Welcome back or welcome new members to Lifesizing, Aging Gracefully for the 50 plus in our homes and in our lifestyles by doing more to be more for ourselves and for others. So, today we are delving into, is it selfish to invest in ourselves, in yourself? And I am going to answer that by saying, obviously, you know what I'm going to say. Absolutely not. And for many, many reasons. But first off, as I said when I was doing, quote, the promo for this, that you would probably be shocked if for all that I do to invest in myself. And so I am going to answer that, of course. But the idea of investing means that we expend some kind of time, energy, effort, money, planning, thinking. That's an investment, right? So all of those things transfer into how we plan, think, invest in our own selves and in our future. So why is it not selfish to invest in yourself? Well, the number one reason is, who will do everything you do if you are compromised? There are, you all know what I'm talking about. You've all seen it, or maybe you felt it yourself. But we can only do what we're capable physically, emotionally, and mentally to do every day, right? And if we are not investing in ourselves, our energy, my late mom used to say, not very often, but she would say, I just don't have my mojo today. She just, nothing was going to happen. She just didn't have it. Well, sadly, that's a lot of people's daily. We're not going to do that, right? No way, Jose, because we know more so that we can do more to be more. So, who's going to suffer? Well, if you don't take care of yourself, um, your grandchildren, how can you be your best? Your adult kids, your friends, um, this is your spouse if you're married. And it's not just about being incapacitated, I think that's right. It's just about not having your zest and living life that you deserve. If you all being in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you've put in your dues, you've lived life. And now this is time, whichever of those decades you're in, to reap the goodness of all of that, whether you're retired or not. These are the years that should be wonderful, and we're going to keep pushing that envelope to seek how to do that. So, who will suffer the most? It will be yourself if you don't invest in yourself, sadly, and it will be, again, your adult kids. Kids, um, they have such a security in knowing that we're taking care of ourselves. A lot of times, or maybe many times, it might be an ulterior motive. So they don't have to step in sooner than expected to take care of ourselves. But the bottom line is, it's just the right thing to do. We've been given one life, and it goes so quickly. When I look back, and I think Bob and I have been married over 50 years, and I'm like, where have the years gone? So we're looking at our last quarter, right? And we want that to be just everything we've worked for, um, and we deserve it. You deserve a reward for hard work. So let's get into daily choices. And I'm going to tell you the basics first off, um, of your choices. And one would be, um, are you eating right? Are you cooking, whether it's for you or some spouse or partner? Are you getting to bed at a decent time? I know that's tricky, you all. Some people just love to stay up really late, and then their mornings are pretty, draggy. So, basic daily choices. But those are the basics. I'm going to talk to you about more than basics. I'm going to tell you my three priorities in investing in myself. They are my time, my money, and my medical plan. Just going to get personal here. Not too personal, but somewhat. First of all, my time is my choice. Unless there is extenuating circumstances, most of us choose how we spend our days, what we're going to do with that gift of today. My non-negotiables every day, and Bob can tell you this, probably 90 to 95%, I do these three things at the get-go. I have my quiet time, and what does that mean? Well, for you, it could mean just planning, thinking, not work planning, but just contemplating what your day is going to be, how you're going to live this day intentionally and with purpose. For me, I'm being a believer. I study, I pray for others. It's so precious to me, and I am all about just hedging around that time. It's a non-negotiable. Okay, that's my investment in Mitzi. Secondly, I exercise. Me and Jake, we go for a walk, and I have a Fitbit now that is the newer model. I've talked kind of about this, but I can see my aerobic level, and that's where weight loss, not weight gain, weight loss happens in our aerobic exercise. And I have been lax on that. And so this kind of kicks me into keeping track of that. And then I have my breakfast. Now, I get teased, as I've told you. I get up early, go to bed early. May sound boring to you, but this is how I invest in myself. So, all of these things I just mentioned happen probably before 9 a.m. And then I also make time every day. Roll your eyes, groan, whatever, you all. But I know what I'm eating that day. I make time to shop, cook, whatever. I don't shop every day. No way. That's like, I plan ahead, but I know what I'm doing most every day. Okay, so those are the basics of how I spend my time. And again, that's the tip of the iceberg on investing in ourselves. The second part is my money, and um, being healthy, being active, being above the normal every decade, what we witness sadly in aging takes some money. And I think how we spend our money is a choice also. You can disagree with me and say, Mitzi, yeah, right. But um, I'm going to go on a rabbit trail here very quickly. In my talks, and even I wrote about it, um, it's called the little stuff disease. I coined this, that we don't think a thing about $20 here, 50 here, 80 here. But at the end of the month, ching, 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 that adds up to hundreds, whatever, right? So it's a choice how we spend our money. It's again, these investing in ourselves is about a choice. So I choose to buy, order high quality supplements. I think this is critically important. Why? Because how many of you get everything you need every day in your diet? If you do, whoa, I'm I'm like in awe. Tell me how you do it. First of all, our food supply is not what it used to be. And how many of us get all of our our fruits and vegetables and lean protein and all that every day? I say probably no one. But like I said, you might be the exception. If you are, teach us. But the other thing is for supplements is, does your doctor talk to you about your nutrition and what you're doing and what you need? Do you have your levels checked? Do you know what um, like your vitamin D level is? Do you get a blood test that really doubles down into all these different levels that you can then transfer to what you need? It's really important. Vitamin D, there was a study done recently that like 80% of us, or something like that, I'm not quoting it exact, do not get the vitamin D we need. Um, so that is critically important for our bones um, and other things. Another wonderful fact of aging, if you are in your 60s, that you've probably noticed or going in beyond, is your tummy is different. Our digestive systems change. So a probiotic is super, super important. Now, I've had people say, well, yeah, I'm good. I take one a day, whatever, and vitamin. Uh, I'm here to tell you research and medical information, that is not enough. That is not enough investment in yourself. One thing is, if that's you, take one of your one a day, whatever, and put it in a glass of water and see how long it takes to dissolve. That's what happens in your body. So, okay, there's that. About your doctors checking on you. Do you know that most doctors have one semester of nutrition in their whole medical training? Ask them sometime, if that. Now, there are exceptions. There's uh, DO doctors of osteopathic, I think it is, and other specific doctors, but just our regular doctors who we revere and respect, um, they may often say you don't need supplements because you can get it from your food. And then I repeat, who does? So, this is where we're proactive. This is where we invest in ourselves. I much prefer, and I think you will admit too, that you would rather be investing into high level supplements and whatever else you need to do, exercise places, or all kinds of things, but than be taking a handful of prescriptions every day. Now, I'm not here telling anyone that prescriptions are unnecessary. Of course, some are. I take some myself, but it's not because I haven't worked to avoid that. And I'm like, usually kicking and dragging before I admit, like, okay, I need to do this prescription. But but as a last result, not as a first, oh, I've got this pain. Let me call the doctor and see what he can do about it. And I mean, we test and we do all that. Please don't take this out of context. Okay, the third way I invest in myself is by my medical plan. Today's healthcare system is whatever, right? We have to be in charge of, I don't mean that, we have to be proactive. And I mean aggressively proactive to get the tests we need. And I realize Bob and I are on Medicare. And so there's protocol, what we can do every so often. Like, for instance, I hope you all, you women especially, know about a DEXA, and that's to monitor your bone density. That is so important. And push for that, ask for that if it's not mentioned. I am hearing so many people with broken ankles and all kinds of things. And we know as we age, it takes us longer to heal those bones. So we need to know what our bone density is. And I have a history that my medical people have helped me overcome, but I had to really push for it. And I'm pushing for it now as we move to get insurance to pay for what it used to pay when I was in Kansas. But I am not giving up, that is for sure. I have to tell you all that if I wasn't, it's hard to talk about this, but if I hadn't been aggressively proactive in getting some tests that I needed, I'm a firm believer I would not be living the life I'm living right now. And I definitely would not be doing these videos. I talk about that in my book, and I may share some of it with you all. I may not. But there's a lot that we have to fight for to get those tests. Sometimes we have to invest to pay for those tests. And again, we pay now or we pay later. This is a choice we make. And think of that little stuffed disease. Where are we spending our money, or are we choosing to invest in ourselves? Um, I want to say one more thing about the book. I need to say that none of us, well, most of us, unless we're a best-selling author, do not make a lot of money on our books. I wrote that book this for the same reason that I am doing this Facebook group and these live videos. I think you know what that is. I think you know Be Mine Now. It's I care about you all being the best you can be as you age. It is one of the saddest things for me to see people not taking charge of themselves and not investing in their aging. Because aging is going to happen, right? We don't have a choice. If we're blessed and fortunate enough to be aging, that's a gift, I think. And so to take care of that gift is an investment. So, as a couple things as we close, one is again, if we don't have your email, as my southern friends like Joanna say, they're fixing to do this. I'm fixing to have my uh, Aging Gracefully first one newsletter come out soon, and by the end of the month, if not soon, yeah. And I think you'll not want to miss some cool things that are in there. So message me with your email if we don't have it. We don't sell or do any of that nonsense, and the emails are not over the top in frequency. The other thing, and I would really appreciate this, if you leave a comment, leave in the comment section what you're doing to invest in yourself. This group is about sharing information and encouraging one another. It doesn't matter if you've just decided to take short walks or you've decided to drink more water. It doesn't have to be profound. It's amazing what we do that can kickstart someone else. It doesn't have to be like me, or anybody else. This is about you. And every single choice you make to invest in yourself matters. It's what we do day in and day out that accumulates your investment of you to show major rewards as you move forward. So, lastly, next week I'm going to start the show and tell of our house, of what I do, and whatever else you want and would like to know. But next week is on getting your day off to a good start with some easy show and tell breakfast ideas to boost your day. So, that is next week. And that's it for today. So, again, let's all be more to do more for ourselves and for others. Take care, you all.